Point of order, I recognize the member for Peterborough-Kawartha.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. As members will see on their desk is a notice that today is Peterborough Day at Queen's Park. We'll have a reception in rooms 228 and 230, and I am seeking unanimous consent to wear my Peterborough Pete's jersey for Peterborough Day, as well as my Trent University Converse running shoes for Peterborough Day. Speaker, I have a number of people to introduce. From my constituency office, my assistants Sally Carson and Ginny Ganissalong. From the City of Peterborough, Councillor Leslie Parnell and Government Relations Advisor Sarah McDougall-Perrin. From the Peterborough County City Paramedics, Chief Randy Mello, Chief Patricia Broomfield, Michelle Walsh and Alison Grattan. From Peterborough County, Deputy Warden Sherry Senes, Councillor Ron Black, Tracy Bertrand, Karen Jopling and Emmanuel Pinto. From Miranda Water Treatment Systems, Michael Skinner and Ryan Moore. From the Peterborough and Kawartha Chamber of Commerce, Sarah Budd. From Trent University, Ryan Sisson, Alison Scholl, Jessica Gordon, Sabrina Kuipers. And from the Eastern Ontario Wardens Caucus, Meredith Stavley Watson and Lauren Wilkinson.
We are a great region of 150,000+ people in the county and city of Peterborough. And for our area, we're unique in Canada. We talk about a university with a national, international reputation. We talk about a college with a national, international reputation. We have a regional hospital, and we also have a regional airport. There are very few regions in Ontario today that can talk about those foundation pillars that add to the growth in our community. But more importantly, it's not about us that serve in public life. It's about all the businesses that are representing here today. Those businesses that employ men and women, that they create the wealth that the elected people get to invest in many things in our community. So this truly is a wonderful event. I welcome and thank MPP Dave Smith for his organizational leadership to bring this here today.
So we're up here at Queen's Park for Peterborough Day here at Queen's Park. What would you say is the most valuable thing that we're going to get out of this, the Peterborough County is going to get out of being here, showcasing themselves to all of the MPPs?
I think it's the innovation that we have, the businesses that have attended here today, and the fact that Peterborough County, sometimes being a rural community, we don't get that coverage. And with all the ministers and MPPs that have come here, it just opens up to a little bit of a taste of what Peterborough County is about.
I'm really biased, but I refer to our area as God's country. Would you second that opinion?
Oh, I would more than second it. I'm right there. That's a majority standing here, absolutely.
There we have it, unanimous consent. Peterborough is God's country. It is the greatest area of all of Ontario.
We have beautiful waterways. Come and make some memories with your family. They'll never forget.
Well, Dave, one of the things I think is of great value, it gets all your colleagues, 123 of them, and to come by and get a sense of what this region is all about. So as they go across Ontario and talk about all their attributes that we have in the county and city of Peterborough, for many of them, like the new Canadian Canoe Museum, I take this summer for a visit to Peterborough.
So I have been on record multiple times of referring to our area as God's country. So far, we have unanimous consent with all of the representatives from Peterborough that we truly do live in God's country. Can I get unanimous consent from you on that one as well?
Unanimous consent for me that it is God's country. I mean, in many ways, Peterborough County and City is actually the gateway to Eastern Ontario. And I think more and more, if we look at the positive impacts that the 407 and other things will make, truly it'll allow us to grow and be that gateway to Eastern Ontario.
Now, it would be remiss of me if I didn't point this out. You were the MPP for 15 years. You were a councillor for a number of years before that. You've got more than 30 years of public service to our community, so I have to say thank you to that. Are you at 35 years yet?
Close. When I finish this term as mayor, it'll be about 34 and change, Dave, but it's been a wonderful journey. And any time, as you do, when you get a chance to speak to students in elementary or secondary school, you encourage them to look at a career in public service, whether it's on the elected side or on the civil service side. A great way to make a contribution.
There you have it, folks. Not only does the warden of Peterborough County say that it's God's country, the mayor of the city of Peterborough says it's God's country. It's unanimous. We live in the greatest region in all of Ontario.
And I say a prayer for that every day.
Well, the Peterborough Petes are definitely a big part of the community. We're the fabric. I say that with a great deal of seriousness and responsibility. And it's just great to be here and show all of the other great aspects of Peterborough as well. And the fact that we've had an opportunity to meet MPPs and staff from all over the province, great to show what Peterborough has, both on the ice and off.
One of the things that I've pointed out a few times in some of the speeches I've done is that it doesn't matter where you go in the world. When you say you're from Peterborough, they say the Peterborough Petes. So you are synonymous with our community. And I think it's because you give so much back to the community. A lot of people don't realize how much the Petes actually do, especially in the high schools, especially with minor hockey. And it's not just boys hockey. You're involved with girls hockey. You're involved with special needs hockey, with sledge hockey, and the new Volt hockey you got behind as well. So why do you think it is that the Petes have made that decision that they want to give back to the community so much?
Well, because we definitely know we are an important part of the community. Our fan base, our business community, our residents, we know that we are an important part, and if we can play a role in helping raise funds, helping raise awareness for different initiatives and events that take place in the city of Peterborough and in Peterborough County, we're very happy to do so. Like you mentioned, when you're wearing your Pete's logo, whether it be around Ontario, Canada, the United States, or around the world, there isn't a visit that someone doesn't stop you and say, "Hey, Peterborough." So we certainly know that while we do represent the hockey brand and all of the different alumni, we know we more importantly represent the city of Peterborough in the Peterborough County.
Now, I know the Petes aren't in the Mem Cup right now, but there is a Petes connection. So I'm going to put you on the spot. Do you want Owen Beck to win the Memorial Cup, or do you want Michael Simpson to win the Memorial Cup?
Well, we've got a lot of Pete's connections, actually. It extends beyond that. Former assistant coach Jake Grimes is an assistant coach with the Saginaw Spirit, and James Goh, who is a member of the Petes, now with the Saginaw Spirit. I think it would be great if we can see an OHL final featuring London and Saginaw. And I know that if that's the game that ends up being the final, it'll be a great game, and the best team will win. And either way, Peterborough is going to play an important role in determining the outcome.
He answered like a true politician. He didn't give an answer of Owen or Michael. It was just, there's a Pete's connection all the way through there. Why is it important for the airport to be represented at Queen's Park on Peterborough Day?
I think it's really important. We've been growing the airport for a number of years now. Different businesses, different investments. We've had investment from every level of government and a lot of support, certainly from yourself and the provincial government. So it's really important that we come here, we show what we've done, and we show where we're going.
One of the things I think that the people of Peterborough don't realize is the flight school that you have there.
Oh, yeah.
And the number of people that come through. I've heard a story that Peterborough, per capita, the Peterborough Airport, has more flights per capita than any other airport in Ontario. Is that the case?
So, I'm not sure on a per capita basis, but we do have a lot of aircraft movements, so a lot of takeoffs and landings. We're the busiest uncontrolled, so we don't have a control tower. So we are the busiest uncontrolled airport in Canada. Seneca College certainly is a very big tenant of ours. It's a great program, it's a great school to have on site, and it's really helped us grow at the airport. So we're really supportive of the program. But we are quite busy, I would say, between them and private jets coming and going and Flying Colors doing work. It's a pretty busy place.
Now, one of the things that people of Peterborough truly don't know is how great of a corporate citizen you actually are. When Peterborough hosted the Special International Hockey Tournament, you loaned us your hangar so that we could have the banquet. Like, giving back to the community that way, a lot of people don't appreciate that. So
Yeah.
what do you have to say to that?
I say that I think everyone should be giving back to the community at every opportunity. That was the Limbex Group hangar, and that's who I work for. And we're always supportive of whatever comes across. We support any events at the airport, anything supporting the city. However, we can all come together as a whole. That's what we want, and that's kind of what we're doing here.
Now, I know there's some confidentiality involved in this, but I also know that Mike Fisher's family has a cottage up in our area, and frequently he and his wife, Carrie Underwood, come in and they use the Peterborough Airport. Any chance you could give me a heads up when Carrie Underwood's coming in?
You know, I might be able to snap a photo for you when she's come through, but you know, we don't get a lot of advance notice of that, unfortunately, either.
Well, I am the MPP for the area, Noah. You could clear it through the provincial government whenever
I'll do
Carrie
my
Underwood
best.
is
Yeah,
coming.
that's right. I'll make sure I tell her you say hi the next time she comes through.
There you have it, folks. The airport in Peterborough, one of our hidden gems, one of the economic drivers, and one of the reasons why we truly do live in God's country.
Well, first and foremost, Warden Clark happens to be our vice chair of the EOWC, so she definitely encouraged us and is an amazing champion for not only Peterborough County, but for the 103 municipalities across Eastern Ontario that the EOWC represents. I think it's on the sign here. I think it's important we're here today just to share about like all of the things that Eastern Ontario, as you know, MPP Smith has to offer for businesses, families, investment. Yeah, so it's great to be kind of an advocacy collaborative with the county yourself.
So more than 100 municipalities are represented by EOWC. Yep. I have to put you on the spot on this.
Okay.
We've been referring to Peterborough as God's country. It's the greatest place in the province of Ontario.
Yeah.
You're going to offend more than 100 other municipalities by this question, but don't you agree that Peterborough is God's country and it's the greatest region in this province?
I mean, no comment, but it is pretty wonderful. Yes, I get into this argument all the time with our boards of directors about what is the most beautiful place, but we are lucky. The whole region is fantastic.
I just want to point out that Renfrew County had Renfrew County Day and EOWC was not at that. Therefore, EOWC does recognize that Peterborough is the greatest place in the province, and that's why they're here. And John Yakubuski, you didn't have them.
I second that. I did also want to point out too, we did launch our 3-year strategic plan yesterday. So it's the first multi-year plan we've ever had. So 3 key priorities, so infrastructure, housing affordability for all, and healthcare access and delivery across our region. So looking forward to working with our government and community partners around that.
Thank you very much for pointing that out. And I have to throw this one in then.
Let's hear it.
You announced that as part of Peterborough Day with me,
Yes.
Steve Clark. She didn't do it with you. She did it with me. Not with you, Steve Clark. Not with you, Stéphane Sarazin. So really, again, it's all about Peterborough.
God's country.
As chair of the board of the Innovation Cluster, I definitely see the benefit of promoting Peterborough, but more importantly, that we have creative individuals who want to bring innovation and their businesses to Peterborough. We've also have retirees who are now moving to the region and they see the value and the beauty. The words I hear is Peterborough is a gem, and why not start the second half of my career as an entrepreneur in Peterborough? So at the Innovation Cluster, we help these individuals, these entrepreneurs, I call them young at heart because they can be any age, from startup, from ideation to validation, and then we work with our partners to help them commercialize and scale. That way we can bring economic development and jobs to Peterborough.
Did you have an opportunity to speak to the Minister of Economic Development, Job Creation and Trade, or do I need to go out there and rattle Vic's chain and drag him down here to see you?
That is great. I need him here. We need him to know that we exist and what we're doing in Ontario, and we also need him to come and see the gem that Peterborough truly is and what's happening. There's lots of innovation. There's great companies from outside the region, and meaning outside the province, who have, as you know, expressed interest in moving to Peterborough. So we need what you can bring and who you can bring to help us bring those businesses to Peterborough.
Vic, you heard it here. I need you to come back from Japan or Germany or wherever you are in the world, because we've got everything in Peterborough that you need to drive our economy.
We need you, Minister Fedeli. We're in Peterborough waiting for you to come visit us.
I have to ask you, what do you think the greatest value is for BWXT to be here as part of this day, showcasing everything that Peterborough has to offer?
No, thank you. We're very glad to be here. We're glad that we're able to show what we do in our community. we're also very proud that, in Peterborough, we make nuclear fuel bundles that supply electricity to 25% of the homes and the businesses in Ontario. But more importantly, coming here to Queen's Park and a chance to speak to MPs and people that support nuclear and support our industries and support Peterborough. It's a chance just to have an opportunity to speak with you guys and learn about what you're doing for us and what we can do better for our community. So just having that connection with people that make decisions, it's great to be here and show what we do.
So you're holding one of the fuel cells. In my hand, I have something that most people don't truly understand and don't know that you do the good work on. What is this that I'm holding?
Yeah, what I'd like to share about that is in Canada we used to make technetium or Moly-99, which is used for diagnosis for cancer treatment. And we don't have that ability in North America no more. So in Peterborough, we make these targets so that they go to the reactor, and so we do that right at home. And that is used for 90% of diagnoses in the hospital to diagnose for cancer. So we're very proud of that, and that the fact that we're making that in Peterborough.
So BWXT in Peterborough is actually saving the lives of thousands of people all across Ontario because of early cancer detection from something like this.
That's correct. And the only thing I would just add to that is that we're in the process of bringing it to the market. So right now it's coming from outside of North America. So our goal is that we would be at the front end supporting it. So we're getting there. We'll be there shortly. Yes.
Look at that. The things that we do in Peterborough have that lasting effect across not just Ontario, but the entire world. I can't thank you guys enough for this. This is homegrown in Peterborough, folks.
Absolutely.
Homegrown in Peterborough. I'm here with Maureen Adamson, the president of Sir Sandford Fleming College. Maureen, what do you think the greatest value is for Fleming to be here, part of this attraction with all the MPPs coming in?
I think Fleming needs to tell their story. We are a fantastic college, we have some really innovative programs, and we are a community player. And that's why it's so important for me to be here with people like you, Dave, who lead the charge in our communities.
One of the things that gets lost when we talk about all of the things that are great in Peterborough is the fact that Sir Sandford Fleming College has given back to our community so much with so many other partnerships that people truly don't understand. Could you talk a little bit about the partnership with the Sport and Wellness Centre, just as an example of how that's a giving back community?
Yeah, that's all Fleming land. We share the expenses for that Sport and Wellness Centre, and we really are excited because it welcomes community onto our campus. We have all kinds of other partnerships, as you know. We partner with St. Joe's at Fleming, and we also have a lot of partnerships with Trent and other communities. So we are very much wanting to be in the nucleus of the community.
I appreciate everything that you do. Fleming is kind of the lost sister, so to speak, of our post-secondary education institutes. Trent seems to get a little bit more coverage than you do, but let's face facts. Yes, my degree is from Trent University, but I am also an alumni of Fleming College, and I love it just as much. We need to praise and rise up Fleming as much as possible because they're just a fantastic community member for us. Maureen, thank you for everything that you do. Love you to bits. Happy that we have the opportunity to work together, and thank you so much for all you do for our community.
Thank you for what you do, Dave. We wouldn't be around doing what we're doing without you. So thank you.
Thank you.